Good morning, YouTube land friends. I'm back today with a little bit of a different video, and I've been trying to decide if I should do this video or not, but it's been heavy on my heart. And I'm just heartbroken over the events that have happened this week. Such a difficult week altogether with 9/11. It's also the anniversary of the loss of my best friend 9 years ago. And so I was just thinking about this young man who was brutally killed for his beliefs. And it's tragic on the outside looking in, just for he's young, he has a small, young family. It's so unfair. And he was killed for just speaking what he believed to be true. And a lot of that is just his love of Jesus Christ. And I was thinking about what the Lord tells me all the time, and the most important thing that we can do is love Him and love one another. It's so simple, yet we can't do it. And I don't know that I've ever seen this kind of thing in my life. And I worry about what that means for my family and my granddaughter and my son. But I was listening to a commentator last night, and he said the word watershed, and I thought, oh, I've gotten something about that. And so I went back and looked, and there's two things that I think I've read before, but I'm going to read them again. I also wanted to start with Charlie Kirk's wife spoke yesterday, and in that discussion she quoted a verse. And it just so happens, about a month or so, I wrote that verse on my chalkboard in my kitchen. And I was walking, and one of my best friends brought that verse up to me. And then I heard it in church, and I thought, my goodness, it bears repeating. And the verse is Romans 8:28, and it says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." And then I had written some notes around a Bible study, and I had written, "The good may not be what we understand to be good, and we should not count our lives to ourselves, but work towards what God has in store for us and His goals for us." And I thought she was so brave to speak up, and she said, even though we don't understand, God does. So I hope he rests in peace, and I hope that God wraps His arms around that family. I know He will. So I want to read the two verses that the two things that I had written down. One was from August 7th, 2024, last year. And this is what I wrote. This is where I heard the watershed. And it was titled Rescue. "On the wings of a dove comes the release and freedom for my children. Attention all who do not hear me. Now is the time for soul searching. Limited time is available. After many attempts, now time runs out. Escalations are about to begin. Many forces will not hold back. Evil men doing evil deeds. No respect for human life or the God of Abraham. Kaleidoscope of events taking place. Courage is needed. Be wary of what is. Think clearly as you move ahead with me. Dynamite explodes, heads roll, so outlandish and hard to reconcile. The faithful will see as their eyes brim with tears. He is coming, your Lord." And I heard watershed, and I wrote this down. A critical point that marks a division or a change of course, a turning point. And that was the name of Charlie's company, A Turning Point. And then on, this was this year, July 20th, 2025, and it was titled Leaves. Do you not think that the Father grieves for all who are lost? Not a single leaf falls from a tree that I do not know. When my children fall like the leaves falling to the ground, I too grieve. The sadness in the heart of my people saddens me as well. But children, rejoice. This sadness and separation is a minute in time. Soon all will be reunited and joyful. The loss of some is the playing out of the plan, each having a part that no one can understand yet. Believe in the Lord your God. Trust in my work. All will be made clear, and joy will fill your heart. And I think that bears reminding for all of us during tragic events. And I just want to remind anyone who's listening that the most fundamental thing that you can do is love God and love one another. And if you haven't taken time to accept Jesus, I hope that you will do that. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you for taking time to listen, and I wish you many blessings.